For centuries, artists, architects, and scientists have felt a special fascination for a number, 1618. It is the famous golden proportion, a mathematical relationship that appears in Greek temples, Mondrian paintings, shells of nautilus, plants, galaxies, and even in the proportions of the human body. If you like this theme, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and give like to this video. The golden proportion has been considered the number of the universal beauty, and its influence is evident in various artistic and natural manifestations. The question we ask ourselves is whether we really perceive its beauty instinctively or whether it depends on our training and experience. In a study conducted at the University of Haiyan, we seek to answer these questions by comparing the looks of those who have received artistic training and those who do not. The fascination for this proportion is not new. In the Renaissance, the mathematician Luca Pacioli described it as De Divina Proportione, highlighting its presence in works of art and natural forms. Since then, there have been attempts to find a biological basis for aesthetic perception. Throughout the 19th and 20th centuries, several studies tried to verify the hypothesis that there is a preference for rectangles close to the golden proportion. However, some papers question these results, suggesting that the preference was not so consistent. This leads us to an uncomfortable question. If the golden proportion is presented as a form of universal beauty, why doesn't everyone prefer it? In a previous study, we found that people without artistic training preferred works based on the golden ratio over compositions with extreme proportions. Interestingly, that preference disappeared when compared to a more balanced proportion, such as 1/2. This suggests that they may not choose the golden proportion for their mathematical harmony, but because the extreme proportion is not pleasant to them. To deepen this hypothesis, we compared two groups: students of psychology without artistic training and students of fine arts with artistic training. The question was whether artistic education increases sensitivity towards visual harmony. In a first experiment, two versions of a painting inspired by Mondrian were presented, one adjusted to the golden ratio and the other based on an extreme proportion. Both groups preferred the golden proportion version, although the fine arts students did so with more conviction. However, the results did not answer the key question: do we prefer the golden ratio by itself, or just because the alternative is unattractive? In a second experiment, the golden proportion faced the ratio 1/2, considered harmonic. The students of fine arts showed a clear preference for the golden proportion, while the untrained did not have a definite preference between the two. This suggests that artistic experience influences the perception of beauty. Finally, the study raises open questions about aesthetic sensitivity. Are we born with it, or built through learning? The perception of beauty might not be universal, but an experience in constant construction that depends on how we have learned to look.